What a campaign, and what another breathless final day in the SPL season. League champions. Those are the words Rangers fans have craved for 4 seasons, and can justifiably be given to the class of 2008-2009, as the Light Blues finished the season in style to lift the biggest prize in Scottish football for a world record 52nd time, and then capped it all with a double winning performance against Falkirk in the Scottish Cup final.
Oh, it means everything. Absolutely fantastic. I think it means everything to the fans as well.
It's absolutely phenomenal. Being actually shown them a trophy, it's wonderful. And they deserve it, Nacho deserves it, all the players deserve it, it's wonderful.
As the season began, the UEFA Cup finalists recruited a number of key players, designed to win back the trophy that means the world to everyone associated with the Rangers Football Club. Kenny Miller returned to Ibrox after a 7-year absence. Kyle Lafferty joined from Burnley, and Andreas Velitska from Viking. Walter Smith also brought in the young American Maurice Edu, Champions League winner Pedro Mendes from Portsmouth, and Lone Star Stephen Davis signed a permanent deal with the Ibrox side. In what proved to be an inspired signing, Algerian defender Majid Bouguera joined from Charlton, and he would partner the experienced campaigner David Weir, who agreed a 1-year contract extension with the club. The domestic campaign got off to a winning start, with a debut goal for striker Andreas Velitska.
But this proven SPL goal scorer has got the first goal of the new season.
This was followed by a rousing first home game of the season against Hearts. In front of an expectant crowd, Kyle Lafferty and Chris Boyd got the Light Blues off to a flying start.
Rangers take the lead. Just broke Kylie around the edge of the penalty area for Kyle Lafferty, who scores his first Rangers goal to ease the tension at Ibrox. Well worked back in. I don't think it was an intentional dummy by Lee McCulloch, but it worked beautifully. Good play by Bouguera. And Lafferty had time to pick his spot and fire past an unsighted McDonald. And Rangers lead Hearts by goal to nil. Broadfoot. Pedro Mendes making his way forward on the overlap. Makes a good ball in as well. Palm clear, and Boyd couldn't volley in. Oh, it's a good delivery by Pedro Mendes, a lovely run. Magnificent shape on the ball in, which McDonald almost inadvertently palmed straight down to Chris Boyd. Michaelinas. And he's going to get a yellow card for diving. His reputation does precede him. Nade. Stewart. Mole for Michaelinas, who dived in. And he's going to be sent off. Michaelinas dismissed. Hearts down to 10 men. Into stoppage time. 3 minutes to be added. Here's Kenny Miller for Rangers. And he's got past Wallace. Still Miller. Still Kenny Miller. Penalty. Foul by Lee Wallace. Clear-cut decision. One of the easier ones for Stuart Dougal. Lee Wallace caution. And has conceded this penalty, which Chris Boyd will take. He scores, and it's victory for Rangers, who make it 2 out of 2 in the SPL for the new season. Crisply hit with power. You won't see too many penalties better than that.
Overall, I think when you consider the number of new players that we have in our team, we've got to be happy with the way we performed today.
Following a 1-1 draw with Aberdeen at Pittodrie, the new look Light Blues announced their championship credentials in style with a stunning 4-2 victory over Celtic at Parkhead. Kenny Miller bagged a brilliant double against his old side, and Pedro Mendes blasted the goal of the season past Artur Boric.
Kuzan up against Wilson. He's away. It's Kuzan, and he scored! Daniel Kuzan, a surprise starter, seizes the moment.
This is sheer brilliance from Kuzan. Get the ball to him and he'll run, he'll take on defenders, and look how cool he is when he gets himself into the position that many a striker would get his head up and think, right, I've done my job, I'm going to lay it back, but no intention of that.
McGeady. And Maloney. Oh, Samaras! Celtic responds straight away. Babbage. Adam. Stephen Davis. Pedro Mendes. Davis. Celtic in the way when it counts. Kuzan. It's Kenny Miller now! How predictable was that? It just had to happen!
Takes a long time this ball to get him. Kuzan again, initially very good play. It's a lovely ball over. Miller's online, he's not offside, and he can only go one place. It's all about how he does it. Thompson floats it over, and he gets it down into the ground, back across Boruc, and that's just a fabulous finish.
The yellow card here for a series of offences from Daniel Kuzan. And there's the call of the referee, he won't want to get involved like that. Davis fools everyone by picking out Pedro Mendes! That is just brilliant! Fabulous!
It's just sensational. He comes across it from fully 25 yards. Such a difficult technique to master, this one. But boy, does he catch that one sweetly.
Oh, McManus has reacted to Kuzan here. It's a yellow card for Kuzan, his second. He's off. Sent off, not for the first time in his Rangers career. And they're going to have to see this out with 10 men. It's reaching boiling point at Celtic Park, and there's been a reaction here. Oh, and Venegor Hesselink has been sent off for an off the ball. 2 red cards in such a short space of time, and he hasn't been on long. Venegor of Hesselink walks, and Celtic, like Rangers, are down to 10 men. Broadfoot now, and it's spilled. Kenny Miller must score. Boruc with an incredible howler, and Miller has struck again. Happy days are here again for Rangers.
Broadfoot, as ever, happy to go down that right-hand side, and he whips a good ball in. Boruc, what is he thinking about? He must just take his eye off the ball. He's casual there at the front post area, it comes in. And look at this, how easy does it get for Kenny Miller? 2 goals in a game that we never knew what to expect from the Scotland striker.
Nakamura preparing free kick, but it's not one that's going to matter much to Celtic, whatever the outcome really. Nakamura has found the bottom corner, adding to his free kick collection. Celtic may have had the last word in this game, but Rangers are having the last laugh.
Well, I enjoyed it very much. I don't think it could go better than it was. Good game, good performance, good team performance. We came here and we showed what we're capable to do. We are a good team. We like to play football, so we came here to play our football, and we had the 3 points.
It must have been very satisfying to hear the Celtic fans go quiet after you scored the second, third, and fourth goals.
Well, that's the best part of a derby when you play away, when the game goes for you and you're winning, and all that noise that the home fans use to put some pressure on you. When that noise goes away, I think that's the best part.
What a result, and what a performance. It was clear the club were determined to reclaim their crown, and they backed up that crucial victory with a win against Kilmarnock, courtesy of Chris Boyd.
2 goals in 3 minutes from Boyd, and Rangers are ahead.
Stephen Davis, later voted the Rangers Players' Player of the Year, then struck his first goal of the campaign in the victory over Motherwell.
And it's Stephen Davis that gives them the lead.
And to finish off an incredible start, they travelled to the capital and demolished Hibs.
Bamber with the header, and Kevin Thompson, the player who was there to clear, and possibly set up a big counter-attack this for Rangers. Miller for Davis. Pedro Mendes, the furthest advance of the Rangers players. Charlie Adam was the target. It's cleared out as far as Darshville. Broadfoot. Good ball in, and the flick header is it.
Well, I just spoke about it. Rangers have got two players out on the right-hand side with bags of time to send it in. And Kenny Miller, that is a top-class finish.
Ryden with the corner, Bamber again was the target. Came back off Hogg. Keenan. Ryden will try and keep it in. He has kept it in brilliantly. Murray off the post and bundled away by Bagheera.
That really was something out of nothing. Ryden falling it all the way. Murray, very unlucky.
Mendes finding himself a little bit of space. Broadfoot back towards Kenny Miller. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Some finish by Miller.
Yet again, Hibs torn apart down this right-hand side. Broadfoot involved again. Mendes, of course, he's involved. Great little give and go. Miller, third man run. Absolutely perfect football. Chip pass, great touch there from Broadfoot, and what a finish.
Bamber. Ball inviting Van Zanten to make his way forward. Four in the penalty area for him, including Fletcher, who left it for Ryden. It's Keenan, and it's another outstanding save from Neil Alexander.
Again, good play from Hibs. Little step over there, Ryden on the end of it, and Keenan with a great strike.
Guerra makes his way forward from the back. Kevin Thompson plays it into a very dangerous area, and Rangers have a third goal.
Yeah, that'll wrap it up. It's a great ball in from Thompson, and Bagheera was on the move from very early. You can see him getting across the defence.
Mendes. Oh, there ahead of Jones, who committed himself. Referee plays the advantage. 3 against 2. Nacho Novo. Miller's in support. Novo thought about going alone. Lafferty might get there at the second attempt with Makalambi stranded. Another appeal for handball. Comes back for Miller. Novo. It didn't look like a very good penalty claim for Walter Smith's side.
Well, this is the first one. That is Hogg. That definitely touches Hogg's hand. Lafferty tucks back in. I don't think that one is, but the first, definitely.
Over the moon, it's always a tough place to come, and I think obviously the first half we played very well. The second half we were maybe dipped a little bit, but obviously we got the third goal which relaxed us a bit, and we could have went and got a few more at the end.
And 2 goals for yourself. Are you feeling good out there?
Yeah, it's good. I enjoy it. I say the first half I felt we played very well. We created a lot of chances. We were fortunate enough to take a couple of them, but yeah, it's a massive result for us. I mean, it's always a tough place to come, so to come away and get 3 points is really pleasing for us.
19 points out of a possible 21 was a great start to the campaign, which saw Rangers top the table by 3 points. Following an unexpected result against St Mirren, the Light Blues were back in form thanks to Chris Boyd's double against Hamilton.
Wasn't given the opportunity for Scotland, takes the opportunity for Rangers, and they're back on level terms just before half-time. Plenty to his right, including Kirk Broadfoot here, who's got Davis ahead of him. Mendes in the centre, Boyd is there as well. It's delivered towards Boyd. Great goal from Rangers, classic counter-attacking football. And Chris Boyd, from under the shadow of the bar, scores his second.
And the striker's 6th hat-trick of his Rangers career was achieved in a one-sided contest at home to Cali Thistle.
There to assist, now Monroe. And Duncan handing it back for Fraser. Seemingly a little bit shaken. The ball's played forward, and Kenny Miller for Boyd. 2-0. Mendes winning it back, finding Chris Boyd, who finds it up for 3. And this is in real danger of becoming a rout. Mendes got away from Duncan. Good run forward by Kenny Miller, and he's got there. Boyd wanting the pullback, it's a penalty. And Boyd has the opportunity for a 14-minute hat-trick here at Ibrox. 4-0. The match ball for Chris Boyd. His hat-trick coming in 14 minutes.
The match was also memorable, as soldiers of the Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders, 5th Battalion, the Royal Regiment of Scotland, who had just returned from Afghanistan, were given a deserved standing ovation. Kevin Thompson's injury-time equaliser earned a point against Dundee United, but there was heartache for the combative midfielder as he picked up a serious knee injury in the Poppy Day victory against Kilmarnock.
Boyd, penalty given. Chris Boyd tripped. And Rangers, far from at their best in this game, have the chance to go in front.
I wonder who would take it. The ball's played into Boyd, you can see there. Grant Murray whips his leg away from him.
Chris Boyd. Oh, it's a fantastic save from Aaron Combe.
Well, if there's one goalkeeper that knows him better than anyone, it's Alan Combe, and it's not the best penalty. It's too direct.
Chris Boyd certainly looks like he fancies having a pop. Boyd batters the bar. He's so very nearly made amends in style.
Chris Boyd absolutely smashes that one. So unlucky.
Pedro Mendes. Nacho Novo! It's from off the post.
Good play there for Mendes. You can just see Novo's striker instincts very much there in full force.
Novo over the top of Boyd, he's onside. Oh, and Combe looked like he was going to get it. Did he bring him down? No, not that time.
Firstly, was Boyd onside? Absolutely. It's a great ball through as well, and he just lets it skid past him. Coleman thinks he's getting there. Is there a touch? Not for me. Boyd goes down far too late.
The Rangers fans behind both goals at Rugby Park. It's Kevin Thompson then to float it in. And it's been put in by David Weir.
Must be said, it's a great goal. It really is. A look corner in, Weir fights off Simmons. Barges his way past him, and he really wants that one. That's a great header.
Cleared by Bugera. More than that, he's found Kenny Miller. And Miller is going to look for Chris Boyd. Oh, what a lovely ball for Miller. Boyd!
So what about that for a pass from his striking partner? Absolutely on a plate for him.
No foul. Miller got the better of Fraser Wright, and he's got Kirk Broadfoot alongside him. Can Broadfoot get to it? And was he caught by Alan Combe? No, I think it's going to be a yellow card for diving.
Certainly for me. He gets a touch before Combe, definite contact, and hard done by to the fullback.
It's come back to Davis. Take two. Oh, it's inviting! And it's in! And it's Kenny Miller!
That was the second attempt when it comes back out here to Davis. It's a measured ball. He could have hit it first time. He didn't. And Miller rises highest.
Miller. That's Broadfoot. Oh, it's gone in! Steve
puts it on the park, and what a way to mark his way back into a Rangers shirt. Cope could do nothing about it. Fraser Wright tries to get there with his head, but absolute beauty.
After a draw at Motherwell, the team returned to winning ways at Ibrox against St Mirren, courtesy of Stephen Davis and Chris Boyd.
Made the run for the return ball. Chris Boyd breaks the deadlock after 4.5 minutes. Davis!
Jean-Claude Darcheville then struck his final goal for the Light Blues against the Dons.
Stepping towards goal! And Jean-Claude Darcheville supplies the finishing touch. A scrappy goal in keeping with Rangers' performance, but a hugely significant one. Anfield beaten at last. First goal of the season for Jean-Claude Darcheville, and so well timed. The initial flick came from Mulgrew. Aberdeen had plenty of bodies back but couldn't get it away. And as McDonald threw himself in, it was Darcheville who could toe-poke it over the line. Not the most aesthetically pleasing goal, but a very, very important one for Jean-Claude Darcheville.
While Chris Boyd continued his fine scoring run.
Towards the near post area, and it's in again! Rangers double their lead. An equally scrappy goal, but Chris Boyd does what he's done so many times in his career and diverts it goal-bound from close range. Rangers 2-up.
Rangers dropped points against Hearts.
It's not back in again for Kingston! It's 2-0! Larry Kingston!
However, they were back on form a week later, blasting a magnificent 7 against the Ackies.
Gregor has made a mess of it, and an opportunity that's been taken. Hamilton lead in unbelievable circumstances, courtesy of a goal from James MacArthur. And Alan McGregor is beaten. A really bad goalkeeping error and a shot lead for Billy Reid's Ackies inside the opening 2 minutes at Ibrox. Whittaker. He's gone some 50 yards. Ferguson peeling off his man, leaves it for Miller. Good save. Good stop by Thomas Cherny. A really well-worked Rangers move. Their best football of the game so far, but it comes to nothing. Magnificent dummy by Barry Ferguson to play Miller in. Miller again. Hamilton's lead lasted just 8 minutes, and Kenny Miller gets Rangers back on level terms. Great run by Whittaker, set up the initial chance. Clever dummy from Ferguson, and a brilliant save from Cherny, but it was just a matter of seconds later. Davis involved, and as Ackies couldn't clear their lines, Miller, with predatory instincts, made the most of the opportunity to get Rangers back on level terms. Here's Miller, now Boyd. That's a great finish to give Rangers the lead. And they've turned it round, having been behind inside the opening seconds of the game. Nice take by Boyd. He's rolling across the front of McLaughlin, and the finish was precise into the bottom left-hand corner. Here's Boyd trying to get round the back of Canning. That's a penalty. Well, neither of them are the quickest. Bounce of the ball was read by Boyd. It wasn't particularly good clearance by Canning, although he did get something on it to take it away from Boyd. The only problem was his trailing leg then brought down the Rangers striker. Martin Canning has given away a penalty here, and he's off again. The third time in less than 12 months that he's seen red against one of the old firm. Chris Boyd, the player who has the opportunity to put Rangers 3-1 up against the 10 men. And it's an opportunity that he's taken with ease and aplomb. 2 for Boyd, 1 for Miller. Here's Davis. It's done brilliantly to beat the offside trap, and Chris Boyd has another hat-trick. All about the timing of Davis's run. It was a close call, but the flag stayed down, and the ball in was superb for Boyd to tap it home from just 6 yards out. Novo made the running towards the near post. Davis was the target in a central position, and it might break yet. Here's Novo, pulls it back. Surely Lafferty. It's 5-1. Novo, quick to react. As it broke for Lafferty, he had the time, and he had the poise. Find the finish at the bottom right-hand corner. Nacho Novo's in the centre, and here's a chance for Novo! 6 of the best for Rangers! The second time this season, Novo's off the bench to score against the Ackies. Easton cornered underneath the ball, and Novo had the time to adjust his feet and take the chance, but credit to the quality of service from Aaron. Novo, back for Whittaker in the 90th minute. Can they get goal number 7? Lafferty, and it is 7! And this time it's Stephen Davis. Delivered deep from Whittaker, guarded back down, it hit Aaron, but what an instinctive finish on the turn from Steve Davis. This is a really well taken goal.
After conceding a goal early on there, Hamilton have played extremely well in the last few games, and I thought it looked as though they were settling down. It would be an awkward afternoon for us, but we had a couple of really good finishes, to put us 2-1 up. And after that, we created quite a few opportunities and played some good football. So yes, I was pleased with that aspect. And then obviously going in front, when the man gets sent off, it obviously changes the game a little bit, and the game opened up and allowed us to score a few near the end. But I was pleased with our overall play.
A 2-2 draw at Tannadice followed before strike star Boyd claimed a breathtaking winner against Hibs on home soil.
It's helped on there, and turned in this time! It's Chris Boyd again! Well, the goal machine cashes in again. Relief all around the stadium. Another bit of special improvisation here by Chris Boyd. Corner kick breaking there to him, and the overhead kick into the corner. No one on the post for Hibs. They've been punished for that all right, with an easy clearance by a defender on the post, but it's an excellent finish by Chris Boyd.
Despite a valiant effort, Rangers ended 2008 with a defeat. But this would prove to be the turning point in the season, as the Light Blues put together a consistent run that would ensure a thrilling climax to the SPL Championship. On a cold afternoon in Inverness, Pedro Mendes increased the temperature with another candidate for goal of the season, as Rangers secured a vital SPL win.
Mendes! Spectacular! Pedro Mendes with another wonder goal!
Great initial play from Nacho Novo, much more direct than he was in the first half. He finds his man this time, little flick back, and then that gives Mendes the time to have a look and to pick his spot. And look at it, right in that top corner, no chance for Ryan Essen.
Davis, Novo. That's a lovely return from Davis for Novo. And Monroe, Hastings stopped it going for a corner, but put it back into the danger zone. Davis, just over.
It's almost a great finish. Good initial play between Novo and Davis, and then when it falls to him here, it's more like a volley.
Barrowman pushed away by McGregor. Strike out of nothing. Davis now, and Boyd. Davis, Boyd. That's clinched it, surely.
Certainly hasn't been his best game, but he's been trying to do this all match. Just play on the edge, just looking for that little bit of space, that run and the pass. And then once he's in this situation, you just know that is finding the net.
Free kick for Rangers. Decision applauded by Chris Burt. There's a bit of shirt tugging going on. It's already been taken. Burke. Boyd! He scores again.
You can see him here, look, just drifting off towards the back post area. He's always going to make it difficult. Tell you what, he knows the way to goal.
You know, the comparisons are always there, you know, with Celtic and the way the League Championship's panning out, but from our own point of view, we've dropped too many points as it is. We have to concentrate on winning and never mind anything else.
Rangers began their defence of the homecoming Scottish Cup with a tricky tie against Division 1 high flyer St Johnstone at McDiarmid Park. It was another close affair, but the Light Blues were able to break down the Perth side's resistance. Chris Boyd was the hero once again for Rangers with a brace against Falkirk, while Stephen Davis continued his impressive run with a fine solo effort in injury time.
Here's Nova. Boyd's in the centre. And scores! And Lednick carrying it straight out for Chris Boyd, whose 22nd goal of the season is so significant. Oh, great play by Davis. And still Steve Davis goes and scores a quite sublime goal to set the seal on Rangers' victory. Brilliant nutmeg, took McBride out of the picture. And as he invited the challenges, he opened up the angle for himself. And that is an individual goal of stunning quality.
After another draw at Pittodrie, teenage sensation John Fleck cemented his place in the first-team squad with a cool penalty against Dundee United. And Kyle Lafferty also made a telling contribution at Ibrox.
Miller. And he threaded it through for Ferguson. Zaluska came out. Lafferty! Almost the last kick of the game. Rangers set the seal on the victory with Kyle Lafferty's goal. They move back within a point of Celtic at the top of the table, but the scoreline doesn't tell the story of the game. Zaluska came out as he had to do to thwart Ferguson, and Lafferty kept his head.
January was a crucial month for the Light Blues, who secured 10 points out of a possible 12. And with Celtic only earning 4 points, the race for the title was well and truly back on. The third Old Firm clash of the season was another tight affair, but once again Rangers left Celtic Park with an important result.
It's Papats to take the free kick. McCulloch rising but nowhere near it. Here's Bugera. Confronted by Nakamura. And he's battled his way through. Bugera. Oh, and it was nearly an own goal from McManus. Boruc bailed him out big time.
Well, the goalkeepers had nothing to do. Good play from Bugera. And the goalkeeper certainly didn't expect that. It is at his near post. He's got it covered, but he had to react well from that McManus touch.
Willow Flood for Scott Brown. That's a little awkward for Nakamura. Davis, and it might just open up. Davis feeding Lafferty! Straight at Boruc though. Routine save.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Rangers had a look at Celtic in the first half, and now I think they're just trying to creep forward ever so slightly more.
Mendes sends it swirling in. Boruc with a terrific save.
Boruc to the rescue again. It does come with Davy Weir. The goalkeeper had to make the save.
Caldwell now, and McGregor. Got away with that. And there's a man down. Scott Brown in agony. He really felt that as McGregor came calling. That could be a major worry for Brown. He's going to be replaced by Mark Crosas. Nakamura! McGregor does enough, couldn't hold on, but Broadfoot's on hand to clear. Not the magic moment that Celtic hoped for. Didn't have enough on it to beat McGregor.
First half of the game, Celtic were the better side. They were brighter than we were. Possession of the ball overall was really poor. and you know, when we line up the way we do, that's a big part of our game, and we never really get started in the first half of the game. Again, there was a big swing in the second half. I felt we were the team in the ascendancy in the second half, pushing Celtic back. Arthur Boruc a couple of terrific saves to keep them in the game. So you know, while we're pleased enough to get a draw, I thought our second half efforts might have got something, but you know, overall I think because of a poor first half performance, I don't think we can complain very much.
It was back to homecoming Scottish Cup action 3 days later, and Rangers' fringe stars were given the opportunity to stake a claim for a regular place in the team at Station Park.
Beasley, 8 games he's been out in the cold, not really with a sniff of any first team action. Edu lifted over the top by the young American to his compatriot. Kenny Miller now trying to dance beyond 4. He's worked it through to Papac, who rolls it in, and Rangers take the lead. It's only taken them 8 minutes, and Sasa Papac does the damage.
Well, it's terrific set-up play from Kenny Miller here, who had 3 or 4 Forfar players around him. They just end up so narrow here. Nobody picking up Papac. They're all tucked into the central area. And it's a 2-touch finish for the fullback. I don't know what he's doing in that area, Sasa Papac. He goes forward in hope rather than expectation, but it broke beautifully thanks to Kenny Miller's footwork here.
Miller to Marcus Beasley. Saved by Ali Brown. It was straight at him. He did what he needed to do.
Oh, he's got far too much time there to Marcus Beasley on the left-hand side. Stephen McMalley tucked in far too narrow here beside his centre-back, gives himself a lot to do to get out. Fortunately enough for Ali Brown, it's just about down his throat, gets his gloves up quite comfortably.
Beasley. Movement from Miller. Here's Boyd. Lets it run through. Well, poor decision at the back. It's straight to Kenny Miller, and it is a fine finish, and it is 2-0 to Rangers.
Nice step over initially from Boyd, probably got a shout from Edu, but once it breaks to Miller, terrific feet to get it onto his left side. And does he get his foot through this? Ali Brown trying to get across towards his near post here. Weight probably on his left side and never getting back across.
That's a strong challenge in by Elliott Smith. The referee has come across, and it's a question of which colour the card will be. It's red. Forfar's night takes a turn for the worst. Elliott Smith given his marching orders for a rash challenge at best.
Well, he shakes his head, but he certainly endangers the safety of his opponent here. In this case, it's DeMarcus Beasley. And again, I don't think Eddie Smith has a choice. Beasley always favourite to win this. Well, that is a shocking challenge.
Lafferty. Misjudgment by McNally. Niguez is away, and Rangers are home and dry. Aaron Niguez with his first goal for the club. It's 3-0 Rangers, and they can ease back and relax with a quarter-final place.
That's a lovely finish. Again, I think more evidence of tiredness here from Stephen McNally. He's onside, it's Andy Todd on the near side who plays him on. And once he gets across the front of McNally, he's got time to open his body. Does Ali Brown go down a little bit too early here? Well, he'd be picking at straws. Either way, it's a lovely finish.
Niguez back for Davis, takes the touch, lofts it up towards Lafferty, and Miller makes it 4 for Rangers. Right on the stroke of full time. Kenny Miller with his second of the night.
A lovely pick out from Stephen Davis to spot Lafferty coming round the back. You see Lafferty on his way now, beautifully picked up. Kenny Miller just holds to make sure he's behind the ball, can't be offside. That's a simple header for the striker. Left out at Celtic Park on Sunday, come back with a bit of a bang tonight.
Goal-scoring cup action would continue a month later, as Hamilton Accies provided the opposition in the next round of the Cup at Ibrox. And again, the likes of Aaron, Whittaker and Lafferty had the chance to impress. Back to the league, and the Miller-Boyd partnership was starting to bear fruit at this stage of the season. And the pair did the damage once again when Kilmarnock visited Glasgow.
Kilmarnock can't get anything to stick up front at the moment. Boyd hooking it in towards Kenny Miller, who's got in and scores! 2 goals in 3 minutes for Rangers. Fraser Wright, the defender, embarrassed. Good interplay between Boyd and Miller. But Kenny Miller was second favourite. Nevertheless, his power and persistence, you saw him nip round the back of Wright. And not too much that Cohen could do about it. Goal down coming up to the half-hour mark. Rangers now lead by 2 goals to 1. That's a scoreline that would put them top of the table for 23 hours at least. Mendes, and he's through and scores again! Kenny Miller scores twice in 90 seconds. Brilliantly played in by Mendes, and it was David Lilly just played him onside. He took it really well as well.
You talked in the week about Kenny Miller after his brace at Station Park the other night, that he got the injuries behind him, and how important was it today that he scored a couple again, 4 goals in 2 games now, and broken that SPL goal drought?
Yeah, I mean, he's a lad that, you know, is dependent on his overall fitness. A little niggling injury that wasn't enough to stop him playing, but you could see that inhibited him, you know, in terms of his running. He's now free and running. He's showing that he's back enjoying his football again. The goals obviously help, and there were 2 good finishes from him today.
Barry Ferguson then scored the winner against Hamilton at New Douglas Park.
Weir. Lafferty's onto that. It's not a bad try. It forced Cherney into an early save, and it dipped just in front of the Czech keeper. Kenny Miller skipping away from Canning. Early promise for Rangers. Miller's cross, and Stephen Davis with a header, which had Cherney scrambling but went just wide.
Well, what a good start for Rangers. Miller, as usual, willing runner out into the wide area, great ball in, and I think Davis should do much better here.
Here's Boyd. Kenny Miller ahead of him. Stephen Davis charging through the middle. Quick break from Rangers. It is Kenny Miller, and it's a fine save from Cherney.
It's a great break here. Boyd feeding Miller. Miller one-on-one. Always going to go on the outside that time.
Weir giving Davis a better angle. Easton met the cross though. Ferguson! A captain's contribution. It is Barry Ferguson's first goal of the season, and it has given Rangers the lead.
The Rangers get a set piece. Hamilton don't clear it well enough this time. We have spoken about Barry Ferguson now having to take more responsibility. The fact that Mendes is out, he can't take much more responsibility than that. It's a great finish, it's under his body a bit, but he manages to control a shot past Cherney.
Davis corner, a broad foot header, Miller! So close to steering it in. Cherney smothers now.
I'm not sure if the goalkeeper even gets a touch here as well. Again, set pieces causing some problems, Broadfoot. I think it was just Miller, just ahead of Cherney. Yep, striker in a good position, and he's unlucky.
Juka challenging with Weir. Easton. Rangers will be kicking themselves if Hamilton were to score, but they're looking for that second goal again. Davis feeding Boyd, and Davis has got himself into the box. Can he get to it? Yes, he can, but it's wide, and they still can't put this game to bed.
How often do we see this? So many chances, so many possibilities anyway. A difficult one for Davis to take.
Terry Butcher's Inverness stunned the Light Blues with an unexpected win at Ibrox. Then Hearts fought back from 2 goals down to earn a 2-2 draw on the hallowed turf. But Chris Boyd grabbed a crucial winner at Falkirk as Walter Smith's men started the run that would take the SPL Championship to the final day.
A welcome early lead for Rangers after a troubled week.
Well, without Barry Ferguson, I was interested to see the influence of Mendes. Look at this pass. First time ball. Novo K's onside. Novo's now one-on-one up against Presley. Does so well to pick up his striking partner. You see Boyd there just lurking, waiting for a bit of room. He gets the yard. There's no danger, he's not finishing that one. Great work from Novo.
You know, obviously, from any professional's point of view, you know, the result is the most important thing. So we managed to win today, which was a pleasing factor. But performance overall, you know, not what we've been given. Even in some of the games recently where we haven't got good results, we've played far better than we did today.
Boyd's predatory instincts were on show yet again, as Rangers became the first team to beat St Mirren at their new ground. And American midfielder Mo Edu earned the points with a powerful header.
Doubles Rangers lead, and they look right up for it tonight.
It's a great ball in, attacked so well from Edu. He gets up, just leaves it a little late and then gets in their front post area. He certainly rises highest and no chance really for the goalkeeper. Walter Smith delighted with the Rangers start.
Andreas Velicka was back in the team for the win over Motherwell and broke the deadlock. Then Chris Boyd proved he was more than a penalty box striker with an outstanding volley from almost 30 yards.
Boyd again! Oh, that's brilliant! Now this is struck beyond a very good goalkeeper from long range. Thundered into the corner here. Over the top it goes. Motherwell caught square, and there was no messing about by Boyd. This is what makes him such a potent threat.
Velicka made it 2 goals in 2 games when Rangers travelled to Easter Road, but the day belonged to Stephen Whittaker, who returned to haunt his old club.
Whittaker! Stunning! Stephen Whittaker against his former club!
Just watch Derek Riordan here. He falls asleep, he allows Whittaker to get in there, but he's got so much to do. Zamatulski can't get close to it, he's a couple of yards off his line, but it's the way the defender takes it. Unbelievable, he scores some absolute crackers.
I felt it was necessary for us to get off to a good start. We couldn't have got off to a better one than that. Terrific strike by Stephen Whittaker. So it gave us as I say, a good lift. Although I must say, you know, Hibs hit back at us almost right away there. You know, they tried to come press the ball and put us under pressure. And although we had a couple of opportunities in the first half of the game, you know, Hibs managed to get back at us, and it was a good game in the first half. I felt fairly even, and I felt we improved a little bit in the second half. I felt we were patchy in the first half of the game in terms of our overall possession, but the second half of the game we improved a bit. We managed to get a couple of goals, which was, in the end, necessary for us.
The win against Hibs set the Light Blues up for the remaining 5 post-split matches and the final push for the title. Before the SPL resumed, however, the Light Blues faced St Mirren for a place in the homecoming Scottish Cup final. Stephen Davis was the key man, setting up all 3 goals. But the day belonged to Chris Boyd as he grabbed his 100th goal for Rangers.
In the semi-final last season when they saw off St Johnstone and needed penalty kicks to do that. A statement of intent laid down as they take the fight to St Mirren. Here's Davis in towards Boyd, who's in red-hot form. Velicka, and it hasn't taken them long at all. Velicka, who is red-hot at the moment, gives Rangers the lead with barely a minute on the clock.
Oh, it's a terrific offer from Chris Boyd here, who makes the diagonal into the inside right channel. Will Haining is reasonably well placed. Does it go through his legs? I think it does. And it's spilled beautifully for Velicka coming in back post, but it's a run from Boyd that really stretched him at the back. He gets a little bit of luck with the nutmeg on Haining, and Velicka was certainly not going to miss from that range.
A slip from Edu. The goal scorer Velicka. Now Mendes! And at full stretch, Howard can turn it behind.
That's good set-up play. Mendes well up and supports. A nice hit here for Mark Coward. This one he's always going to save. Moves a little bit, but not enough to trouble the goalkeeper. Just surprised the Rangers are dropping off here. They could play a lot higher. They're inviting St Mirren right onto the edge of the box here.
And again, now Thompson, he'll take it on. And Alexander, well, it looked like he had it covered, but obviously moved at the end because he felt the need to tip it over.
Eventually David Weir goes out to the ball here, but I mean, if Rangers sit on the edge of their own box, they're going to invite that type of effort. And again, it's a save you would always expect Neil Alexander to make.
Angled in, away by Weir. Here's Boyd, Davis. Trying to burst beyond Murray and doing so with some style as he's shown too much to Haining. Defender caught in two might. Here's Boyd now for Rangers to surely finish it. Chris Boyd with that hand and habit again for Rangers. 2-0 and surely that'll be enough.
Now much of it down to Steve Davis. And the way he just busts Hugh Murray. He just squeezes Hugh Murray right out of the equation here. Will Haining thought about going to the ball. He's 2 against 1 here. He knows he's got Boyd on his outside, and by the time he tries to get to him, it's too late. And it's a terrific finish by Chris Boyd, who still had a lot to do from that angle. No surprise he goes across Mark Coward, and he doesn't really have to power it.
Ross floated into an awkward looking area, but in the end it did drift kindly for Alexander.
Yeah, it's got to be better if they are going to get anything at the back post. The cross has to be better.
Davis, another one of these driving runs from midfield, which led to the second goal. 3 ahead of him. Novo is one of them. Boyd wants it played short. It's long towards Miller. There's the return to Davis. Here's Kenny Miller, and there's number 3 for Rangers. That is certainly that now, and Rangers making hay in the Hampden Sun.
It all comes from the width that Rangers get on the right-hand side here. Novo just peels off. Actually comes in behind Steve Davis here. He can't really get any power in that. And he's quite glad that Jack Ross won the header, because all Jack Ross does here is knock it down for Kenny Miller as the ball's in the air. One touch finish enough for the striker. And Mark Coward, you'd have to say, is absolutely helpless there.
Lithuanian frontman Velička struck a vital goal against his old club. And who else but Chris Boyd to seal the victory.
Driver. Driving at Rangers. Edu guarding the box though. Driver again, promising for Hearts. Tolberg sending it goalwards.
It was a sharp finish from Tolberg. Didn't have much time to think about this one.
Chris Boyd chasing this. He's onside. He's lost Kello. And he's unlucky. It bounces off the bar.
Well, for once we get a bit of imagination. Great ball there from Velička, and Boyd from that position. Got to say, this is a golden opportunity for him, all the time in the world.
And Ibrox would erupt if they managed to grab a goal now at such a crucial time. Smith in for Boyd. And Velička has grabbed a goal.
There's not a lot of inspiration on this pitch in this first half, but these two, if they can get the ball into them, can create that. Boyd back into Velička, fantastic finish, because it comes to him so quickly, but Boyd does well. And Velička, it looked like he just injured himself a minute ago, was so lively for this one.
Stephen Davis advancing, and Stephen Davis almost scoring, but Kello did enough. Kenny Miller will accept a corner out of it.
Well, Rangers should have really had this game wrapped up now. Boyd was through in the first half, Davis now here.
Driver. McCulloch dealt with that. Davis for Miller. Mendes. Davis through the middle. Can Rangers clinch it? Stephen Davis. He has fed Kenny Miller. Miller closing in. Chris Boyd has put it in, and that has made sure of it.
Well, Hearts get caught with a well-worked counter-attack. Davis Just about gets it into Miller there. You think he's going to shoot, takes his time and then picks out Boyd. He doesn't know much about it, but he knows that when the ball comes to him, all he's got to do is angle it towards goal.
Well, I don't think we're on top form today. I mean, you've got to say that. I don't think, as I say, we played as well as we have done in a number of other games. But the most important aspect, as I mentioned in the programme notes, was the fact that you win the games. I mean, that's the most vital thing at this time of the year. So we managed to win that against a team who have played very well throughout the season and have played very well against Rangers in the games that they played. So a difficult team to play against, and we were delighted to get the result today.
Rangers also paid tribute to the brave Marines of Scots-based 45 Commando, who had recently returned from a 6-month tour of duty in Afghanistan. And so to the final Old Firm clash of the campaign. Rangers were a point behind approaching the Ibrox showdown, but all that would change when Stephen Davis struck the only goal for his boyhood heroes in an enthralling Glasgow derby.
Nakamura's won it back though. He's taken it off the toes of Stephen Smith. Scott McDonald gets a free kick off David Weir.
Well, Scott McDonald knows what he's doing here. Just takes the ball past Weir and makes sure there's body contact.
Nakamura forces a save out of Alexander.
That was a shot. There wasn't much for Nakamura to aim at here. So many bodies in there, but still brings the save out.
Kenny Miller showing some desire. Whittaker. Oh, it's a good one! It's a beauty and it's come off the post.
Cracking ball in there from Whittaker. Just begging for someone to get on the end of it.
Maloney having a run at Bagheera. McDonald went to ground as Whittaker challenged. Nakamura captured by Alexander.
Scott McDonald was claiming penalty there. You see there is definite contact.
Boyd. Miller. Kenny Miller still there. Rangers have the lead. Stephen Davis arrived to open the scoring in the Old Firm game.
Such a well-worked goal as well. This is why Kenny Miller's in the side today. Plenty of pace and movement. He gets into the byline. He gets his head up there as well. And it's a great finish. Davis gets himself right in there, prime position, in off the right-hand side, exactly what any right midfield player should be doing. Sneaks inside there.
If Celtic can score here, that would really hurt Rangers just ahead of half-time. It would be a crushing blow. Nakamura's corner, it's a good one! And Vinagora Hesseling aiming to squeeze his header in. But with a little blocked en route.
It's a great ball in. Jan Vinagora Hesseling, fantastic header down the way and cleared off the line.
Some players splashing around. Rosas, Nakamura sets up Hinkle. Vinagora Hesseling. It's carefully gathered by Neil Alexander.
That's a lovely ball in from Hinkle. Has to go back on his left foot. And Jan Vinagora Hesseling's left to manufacture a header.
Miller moves away from Caldwell. Chris Boyd. He's in! Boyd! And Boyd saves it!
He does well, Boyd. He gets it. One-on-one. But what happens is it goes in his left foot and he hits it straight at Boris.
Edu. It's Mendes. They're on their feet, the Rangers fans. Miller. It's a good tackle from Nakamura. And now McGeady can get Celtic going. A powerful run from McGeady. McDonald held up by Whittaker. Caldwell. It's McGeady! It's wide.
Well, sharp stuff there from Celtic. Lovely ball into McGeady, good quick feet. He just catches the stanchion a little bit.
Pedro Mendes himself will take the corner. Boyd! Free header, might have done better.
Should have done better. There's no challenge there at all.
Here's Lafferty. Boyd making moves. Lafferty has Davis alongside. Davis for Boyd, another header. Same outcome.
He was desperate for the ball to come in there because I think he knows he's getting the hook.
Celtic never reversed to a late goal or two. One would do for now. Hartley into the mix. Samaras. Hartley. Hartley again. And Samaras offside.
Stuff there from Rangers. Samaras, well, he didn't know he was offside. Even if he was, his touch was poor.
Rangers refusing to budge. Stubbornly seeing out the seconds. And now they've got a corner. And Celtic just haven't been able to get upfield in the period of added on time. And what a massive victory this will be for Walter Smith and Rangers. It's broken now for Mendes. Celtic will get another opportunity. Samaras flicks it on. Whittaker wary of McDonald. He's had to put it behind for a corner, and the tension is almost unbearable now in the last minute of stoppage time, and Boric is coming up as Celtic look to save the day. A monumental moment this in the SPL season. Nakamura's corner. Boric couldn't get near it. Bagheera. Boric is not even bothering to go back, and Morusedu is chasing, but he's pushed Hartley over. It's over! Walter Smith's Rangers take over at the top, and they are masters of their own destiny now!
How much will it help the fact that you won't have fixture congestion this season?
Well, it'll certainly help us. I mean, I don't think there's any doubt that last season we got ourselves into a better position than this one in terms of the championship. But I think everyone was aware that, including Celtic, that the number of games we had to play would catch up on us, and it did do. So this season, there's no reason why, considering the run of form we're on at the present moment, that we can't continue. But there'll be hard games. You know, everyone said to you before the game today, if you win the Old Firm game, you'll win the championship. But that shows a disrespect to all the rest of the teams we play. If somebody can tell me that we have easy games in the SPL, then I haven't been watching them, you know, from a Rangers perspective. So we're delighted to be in a position we're in, and hopefully we can handle that.
There was controversy in the next game as Nacho Novo had what looked like a legitimate goal ruled out at Easter Road, but the live wire Spaniard would not be denied.
Murray. Fletcher. Just let it go. Rankin. Fletcher. Ryden. It's a goal! They're taking a nick! Derek Ryden leaves Rangers in a daze! Mendes takes it, Bougherra, Boyd! And was it over the line? No, it's not been given, and they are racing towards the assistant referee.
The ball was playing pinball here, Boyd. McAlambie goes for it. Oh, I'll tell you what, how difficult is that for a call?
Davis. Somebody needs to cross it for Rangers. Bougherra. Davis. Bougherra. Daly coming in. Lafferty trying to force it in. Nacho Novo has levelled it for Rangers.
And it came at the third time of asking. And this one, he couldn't miss. Daly at the back post, Boyd in there as well. And Novo right in on top of that one.
Kenny Miller returned to the starting lineup against the Dons, and he enjoyed a productive afternoon, setting up the opener and scoring a crucial winner.
Boyd. And again. Stephen Davis. Oh, Papac almost took it in.
Near thing there for Papac. Davis with a little shot, and I think Papac goes for that. A little back heel. He's very unlucky.
Whittaker, one of his runs, so too is Bougherra, and that's prey from Langfield, and he's taken a bad one. And he's going to have a word, Stuart Dougal, with his assistant, Graham Chambers, and there is going to be a card. Oh, it's a red card for Majid Bougherra.
Langfield comes out, Foster tracks Bougherra back. Now it's a raised boot. That's why the linesman had a word with the referee. There's certainly a bit more space on the pitch now.
Paulett. Oh, it's a fine try from the 18-year-old, and it forced Neil Alexander into a smart save.
What a great effort this is. Great first touch as well, but a lovely save on the end of it from Alexander.
Kenny Miller skips away from Mayer. Miller. And a goal from Foster. Rangers are gifted the lead, and that will relieve the immense stress around Ibrox.
When you're in that situation, all Miller can do is put it into a good area. He does exactly that. Foster coming back in, going towards his own goal. He's trying to miss the post, gets it all wrong.
Quarter of the game remaining as Novo sends it in. Kenny Miller! Two quick goals!
It's a lovely ball in, and Kenny Miller escapes Foster. He just gets himself half a yard. It's poor marking from the defender.
Vidal. McDonald, another chance. Payton. Whittaker challenge, but he scored! Aberdeen have got one back!
The third goal, very important. And credit to McDonald again, put himself in that similar situation. And Payton does well. He tries a little back heel to buy himself a yard. Doesn't work out for him inside. He gets a touch of Whittaker and just an element of room to swing his leg at it.
Yes, obviously pleased to win the game, which I think was first and foremost what we were trying to achieve. We had obviously hoped to catch Celtic goal difference wise, but the way the game developed and the way it was, we were pleased to get the win.
With Celtic dropping 2 points in their penultimate fixture against Hibs, Rangers were in pole position for the final day showdown with Dundee United at Tannadice. The Light Blues had not won at this venue in 3 years, but that was all about to change.
The Old Firm are locked in a titanic tussle for the title. Champions or runners-up, everything or nothing. Judgment Day has arrived. Davis. Chris Boyd turning, and it's forced in by Kyle Lafferty. Villain last week, hero this week, an early goal as Rangers target the title.
Well, that's how quickly things can change in football. Lafferty, just after 5 minutes, the hero. It's poor defending though from Dundee United. It's onside, lovely ball in there from Davis, and Boyd does so well. And I don't think Lafferty knows much about that. Great play initially from Davis, skips past Gomez, then plays the ball with the outside of his right foot in to Boyd, who holds off Wilkie. And the ball just skids off of Lafferty, or is it Kovacevic? I think it's Lafferty that definitely gets the final touch. And what he does do is put himself into the danger zone.
Davis looking to put Kenny Miller in, offside, flags up. Lafferty's put the ball in the net again, but this time it's not counting.
It's coming again from that same area. Davis plays the ball in to Kenny Miller, who gets the timing of his run just a little bit wrong.
Dixon's throw. Guerra and Edu both went for it. Miller cleverly for Mendes. Papac. Papac. Chris Boyd! Can he take this chance? He's taking his time, and an incredible clearance by Kovacevic on the line. Unbelievable!
Oh, that's fantastic defending. Papac doing ever so well down the left-hand side. It's a lovely ball in as well. And Boyd gets mixed up, then he turns, finds himself that yard, hits it so well. And Kovacevic gets himself back on the goal line to help his goalkeeper out. And his goalkeeper needed it.
Warburn. It's one back by Edu. Boyd. Edu. Dobbs, considerable frame in the way. A free kick for Rangers though, right on the edge of the box.
I think that's a reckless tackle there from Dodds. Both legs out. Edu coming at him. He's just had a stroke of luck. He put his arm out there at Chris Boyd, and this time just throws his left leg, his trailing leg in there.
Scored his first Rangers goal against Dundee United in a 3-3 draw at Ibrox this season. Papac sees this one bounce off the wall. Mendes! It's in! From Pedro Mendes! Rangers are in a hurry! Hot on the trail of the title now!
What an unbelievable strike! Under so much pressure as well, because no one comes out. He takes a swing at it with a left peg. It just sets up nicely for him. The free kick goes all wrong, and he's hovering there at the edge of the box, and he's scored them like this before, but never on as big a day, I don't think. What an absolute beauty, and just at the right time.
Well, he's only scored 4 goals for Rangers, but they've all been absolute beauties against Celtic, against Partick, against Inverness, and now against Dundee United. Guerra for Davis. Stephen Whittaker returns it to Stephen Davis. Mendes, nicely done. Whittaker, Boyd! Get that chopper to Dundee now! Chris Boyd delivers! And Rangers have the title beckoning big time.
Number 31. If anyone was going to bag it for Rangers, it was Chris Boyd. A great move as well down the right hand side. Again, Davis involved. Lovely little ball out there from Mendes to Whittaker. Perfect cross on a plate for Boyd. Right in between defence and goalkeeper. Exactly where that striker wants it. And he's calm and he's composed. And it's on his left side. And there's no danger it's not hitting the net. From one great striker to another.
The helicopter is hovering with the SPL trophy, and it sure knows the way to Tannadice. Rangers fans have spent Sandaza's had a go. Rangers fans have spent most of the afternoon warming up for the big party.
Yeah, and they're building up for the crescendo now.
Walter Smith knows that's that. Shake of hands already with Craig Levein. Rangers have done it! Rangers have won it! Champions of Scotland for the first time in 4 years! It's Walter Smith's 8th title as Rangers manager. It's been an epic, old firm tussle for the title. But on the last day, Rangers have the last word and the last laugh. And they have the SPL trophy, and they go straight into the Champions League. In the city of discovery, Rangers have rediscovered that title-winning feeling. David Weir will soon get to grips with the SPL trophy. Celtic stopped in their title tracks today. Rangers were in control of their own destiny, and they knew they couldn't let it slip. Failure just wasn't an option.
Yeah, and so many ups and downs this season, a real roller coaster of a title chase. But when they had to do it, when it was in their hands, they took advantage.
It's finished 0-0 at Celtic Park, so Rangers are champions by 4 points. Number 1 in Scotland and number 1 in Glasgow. Rangers have done it. On Helicopter Sunday, the Choppers' destination was Dundee after all. They are the champions.
Walter, your 8th league championship as manager of Rangers. How highly does this rank?
Well, they always rate highly. I mean, I must say, it's very difficult to separate one from the other. I can't remember a season maybe where we've had as many difficulties as we've had to overcome this year, but we've managed to do it, and I just feel proud of everybody. It's a fantastic achievement for them.
Rangers were rampant from the very first whistle, and goals from Lafferty, Mendes and Boyd clinched the club's 52nd league flag.
There they are, the heroes.
Yes, it is now time to salute the champions of Scotland, and for the 52nd time in their illustrious trophy-laden history. Simply the best. Rangers champions!
The victory was certainly deserved, and reward for the loyal fans who showed tremendous support throughout what was a roller coaster campaign.
I feel great, and it's absolutely fantastic, And look at all these fans in here, it's fantastic, and they deserve it.
You've said all along, it's all about the fans. They're the most important thing, and a day like this, is it for them?
It's obviously for them. It's just been all year. I feel hard seasons, behind us, and it's not been getting the result, but the end of the day is gone now, and that's the main thing.
Oh, it means everything. Absolutely fantastic. I think it means everything to the fans as well. It's been too long that the trophy's not been back at Ibrox, so it will take its place proudly back at Ibrox tonight, and it's just been a fantastic day. It's a fantastic performance and a big day for the club, and the boys responded magnificently, and it's just it's going to be a long night, but it's going to be well worth it. It's fantastic.
It's the first time we've won the league since he's been here, so can't get any better.
Your first league title as a player at Rangers, how does it feel today?
Just look around, you can probably have a smile on my face. It's been amazing. I think the way we went out today, we played like champions, and I think we've done that a lot of the season.
I think the boys went out there today, we battled, we got what we wanted out of this game, and just happy to be champions.
It's not taking you long to make an impact, and obviously some of the players have waited so long for this. Could you sense the tension beforehand?
Yeah, but I think everyone was just excited for the game to start. The whole week we've trained hard, prepared for this game, and when it came, we took advantage of the situation we were in. And everyone was up for the game, and it showed today. Everyone battled and worked hard, and that's why we're celebrating now as champions.
The players and management staff returned to Ibrox and paraded the SPL trophy. They were given a rapturous welcome by over 30,000 supporters who were eager to pay tribute to their heroes.
Fantastic, brilliant, can't believe it. Well, I knew it was coming, I had that in my heart all the time, I thought it was coming.
How did it feel to lift the trophy this afternoon? Fantastic, it's just getting better and better, you know, it's such a, obviously it means so much to so many people and it's nice to see that. For you at this stage of your career, is this a dream for you? I think for anybody, I think everybody's the same, you know, regardless of your age, regardless of what you've done. You know, come and see this and to be a part of this is fantastic. Did you expect to see so many Rangers supporters here? Not at all, you know, I'm very, very surprised, obviously, it's a great response and it tells you what it means to everyone. Kenny, what a reaction from the Rangers fans, did you expect this?
No, this many people, I mean, it's incredible, honestly. There must be, 40,000 inside here, it's fantastic. Big Webby's put them under all kind now. Yeah, but it means a world to us, it means a world to them, so we're just delighted with the result today. We're bringing the league championship back.
Can you sum up the season?
Oh, it's been topsy-turvy, we've been up, we've been down, we've been written off, we've been champions, eventually we've done it. We've got there in the end and I think it was a convincing performance and very well deserved.
It's absolutely phenomenal. Being actually shown them a trophy, it's wonderful. And they deserve it, Nacho deserves it, all the players deserve it, it's wonderful.
Did you expect a turnout like that?
No, I didn't. I've never seen anything in my life, honest to God, it's incredible, obviously 30,000 folk here. It's fantastic.
And so to the homecoming Scottish Cup final. With the SPL title in the bag, Rangers had the chance to secure a League and Cup double with the homecoming Scottish Cup final against Falkirk at the National Stadium. And they did it for the light blue faithful.
Here's Arfield though. Good movement from McCann. Numbers in the middle for Falkirk as well. Bulgaria did enough to get it away, only as far as Burton O'Brien.
Well, it's a decent effort, and I think we'll see as Falkirk get a few set pieces how well Burton O'Brien gets his foot through the ball at times. All came from Falkirk getting Neil McCann free on the left-hand side. He's going to do very well to score from this range, Burton O'Brien.
Miller. Boyd. Whittaker. Whittaker's allowed a lot of time on the edge of the box and Boyd was on the move.
Well, who else in there sniffing but Chris Boyd? This is certainly a shot here from Stephen Whittaker. He's not looking for anybody, he's trying to score.
McBride playing the central of that midfield three. Arfield, McCann, still McCann!
Well, I think it clipped the top of the bar. Neil Alexander is absolutely rooted here as Rangers back off. Initially I thought I'd taken a deflection. Certainly a lot of top spin in the ball and he's just clipped the top of the bar.
Pensive and ponderous, I think, would sum up the expression on Ali McCoy's face. Craig. Now Barr. Oh, getting forward. Bruguera's missed it and it's just wide. Oh, McCann so close again.
Well, very unlike Bruguera to miss anything. Can't think of a mistake he's made all season. Neil McCann could actually have taken a touch, but probably felt he wasn't going to get two touches in that area of the pitch. I think he hits it with the shin. Either way, it's a fraction wide. He doesn't get it clean.
Prospect of an 18th League and Cup double. They will need to improve in the second half if that is to become a reality.
I'm surprised that Jackie McNamara certainly ended up wrong side there. It's a good steal from Kyle Lafferty. Jackie McNamara's got a handful of his shot. And what a time this would be for Rangers to nick one.
In by Davis, Mallow thought about coming, and that's a vital header behind. Lovell, I think.
Goalkeeper was lost, as you say, Billy. He decided he was going to come and try and get something on that. He's on his way here, changes his mind.
So Chris Boyd withdrawn. Nacho Novo, the Spaniard, has been in Scotland for a few years, perhaps more accustomed to those stifling temperatures. We shall see. Certainly Rangers need some sort of injection in this second half of urgency if they are to start making more of an impact in this cup final. On the plus side though, Falkirk, despite their superiority in the first half, in terms of play and possession, you'd have to say, weren't able to trouble the goalkeeper. Unlike Novo! Well, that is what you call an impact! Under 30 seconds of the second half played, and Nacho Novo does that! An absolute stunner!
Well, that's the only one word to describe it, Bill. Absolutely stunning. He just loses Scott Arfield here. Scott Arfield ended up wrong side, and Novo's got the time to allow it to drop to a nice height. And Marlow is absolutely helpless. I wouldn't blame the goalkeeper. I don't think he's out of position. He's slightly towards his front post, as you'd expect, and that is just about unsavable. A wonderful effort from the substitute, and not for the first time Nacho Novo has bailed Rangers out.
Again showing why he is the supporters player of the year. Stephen Davis got the Players Player of the Year award at Ibrox. Here's Kenny Miller. Oh, he's got beyond Afjes. Kenny Miller now. If he can find something here, this will seal it.
I just can't react in time, Nacho over the ball. Travels such a short distance from Kenny Miller's foot. Miller did brilliantly. Because he feigned as if he was going to pull the trigger with his left foot.
After a season that has had its highs and certainly had its lows, Rangers in the Hampden Sunshine make theirs a double. Barry Ferguson, if it is to be a farewell, it is a fond one here at Hampden today. Rangers have certainly been made to toil by a formidable but ultimately forlorn Falkirk effort, and Nacho Novo's moment of brilliance defines this cup final. Their 18th League and Scottish Cup double. Their 33rd Scottish Cup success. And point at the fact that no one has played more football for Rangers than him this season, and no one will have a wider grin than him. As he lifts the cup for Rangers, who salute the double. What for so long seemed a dream for Rangers is now a reality in the Hampden Sunshine. It will be doubly sweet for Walter Smith.
Walter, many congratulations. For you personally, a fourth double. What does that mean to you?
Well, since we came back, you know, 2.5 years ago now, obviously means a lot. You want, when you come back again, to try and make a difference in the club. I think we've achieved that aspect of it. Whether we can achieve the consistency that's required, that'll be something that you know, future years will tell us. But you know, since we've come back with some, you know, some high moments, and some disappointments, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Full of action, goals, records, comebacks and demolitions, the 2008-2009 double winning campaign is one that every Rangers fan will never forget.